The ancient stone arch known as the Bridge of Sighs and Whispers spanned one of Venice's quieter canals. Far from the bustling crowds of San Marco, legend whispered that if you spoke your deepest sorrows to its worn stones under the moonlight, the burden would lighten. Carried away by the gentle lapping water below, old Leo knew this ritual well. Every evening, as the city lights began to shimmer on the dark water like scattered stars, he would shuffle slowly to the bridge's center, his heart heavy with the absence of his beloved Sophia, gone these 5 long years, ached for an outlet only this silent stone confidant could provide. He'd lean his weathered hands on the cool parapet, close his eyes, and release a sigh that seemed dredged from his very soul, whispering memories of shared laughter and the crushing quiet of his empty apartment on the opposite side of the narrow canal. In a small attic room with a window overlooking the bridge, lived Clara, young and talented. She painted canvases filled with vibrant colors unseen by anyone but herself, yet her own heart was shadowed by a profound loneliness, a feeling of being adrift in the city's watery maze. She felt invisible, her dreams of artistic recognition fading like old frescoes each night. Drawn by the same melancholy pull as Leo, she would sit on her windowsill, gazing at the bridge. Often, just as Leo released his sigh, she would softly murmur her own fears and frustrations into the velvet night, her voice barely audible over the gentle slosh of a passing gondola, words lost before they could truly take flight. For weeks, their solitary rituals continued. Unaware of the other, Leo would arrive, sigh, whisper his love for Sophia and his enduring grief, tracing the cracks in the stone as if they were the lines on his own face. Minutes later, Clara's window would creak open, and her soft voice would drift down, speaking of canvases unseen, connections unmade, and a yearning for someone to truly see her. One misty evening, Leo lingered a little longer, lost in a particularly vivid memory. As he finally turned to leave, he caught the faintest murmur from across the water, a phrase about colors fading. He paused, listening intently, but the voice ceased. A strange sense of shared solitude washed over him, a flicker of curiosity piercing his usual veil of sorrow. The next night, Clara, feeling particularly defeated after a rejected portfolio, poured out her disappointment with unusual rawness. Why does no one see the light? She whispered fiercely into the darkness. Leo, already at his post, heard the tremor in the voice carried across the still canal. It wasn't just words. It was a palpable ache mirroring his own. Impulsively, he spoke aloud, his voice gentle but clear in the quiet night. Someone sees the light, child, someone always does. Clara froze at her window, heart pounding. The voice, old and kind and filled with its own deep sadness, seemed to come directly from the bridge itself, answering her unspoken plea. A spark ignited within her, a fragile connection forged across the water and the darkness. Emboldened by that first response, Clara began speaking more directly towards the bridge's shadowy form. The following evening the bridge heard me, she confessed softly. It felt less lonely. Leo, listening carefully, felt a warmth he hadn't known in years. The bridge gathers sighs, he replied gently, his voice carrying easily. Now that they both listened for it, it holds whispers like treasures. Yours was not the first, nor will it be the last, but it is heard night after night. They returned. Leo spoke of Sophia's kindness, her radiant smile, the emptiness echoing in his small rooms. Clara shared her artistic struggles, her dreams of capturing the city's soul on canvas, her fear of remaining unseen. The bridge became their sacred conduit, a place where sorrows were aired not into a void, but into the compassionate silence of another wounded heart. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the weight they carried began to shift. Leo found himself describing Sophia not just with grief, but with a growing warmth of cherished memory, a smile sometimes touching his lips as he recalled her singing off-key in their kitchen. Clara, feeling truly heard for the first time, began painting with renewed passion, infusing her work with the emotional depth unlocked by sharing her fears. She even dared to paint the bridge itself, capturing the moonlight on ancient stone and the reflection dancing on the dark water there. Nightly exchanges became less about pouring out pain and more about sharing fragments of their days, small observations, the comfort of knowing the other would be listening. The sighs became less frequent, the whispers less burdened, replaced by a quiet, sustaining companionship. One clear, starlit night, Leo spoke not of the past, but of the present. I saw a painting in a shop window today. He murmured it was of our bridge it had such feeling, such understanding of the light and the stone it felt. Like it held all the whispers Clara's breath caught. She knew that painting, it was hers, finally displayed. Tears welled in her eyes. Someone seized the light, she whispered back, echoing his words from weeks before, her voice thick with emotion. Leo understood. A profound sense of peace settled over him, deeper than any he'd felt since Sophia left. Their connection, nurtured in the darkness through sighs and whispers, had illuminated the path forward. The bridge of sighs and whispers remained, a silent, steadfast witness to the enduring truth that sharing our burdens lessens them, and that even in the deepest night, a voice answering from the darkness can be the beginning of healing. They continued their nightly vigils, but the sighs were now softened by gratitude, the whispers laced with a quiet, shared joy.